Had their bearings in game one, Black.
I have somewhere to be, so I'm gonna go T1 as well.
Oh, I see.
Where are you going?
Well, that doesn't matter.
Okay.
Gotta play
Are
some
we
Dota.
invited?
Got places to be, got things to do, man.
People to see.
Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough, fair enough.
B Cup. It's all up to you now.
God, I love this part when I could just lock in Caster's Curse. Especially because Black's got somewhere to be. So, you know, obviously if I go T1, there's a game 3 happening, and that's it. You know, T1, I'm going T1.
It is inevitable. All right. Well, enjoy casting the second game of definitely a 3-game series with Lacoste and B Cup.
Thank you very much. Yeah, I will enjoy this game. He continues to tell me to enjoy it. I will continue. And once he tells me to be upset about it, I think...
You can't tell me how I should feel about it.
No. I think if Tsunami tells me to be upset
enjoy
that I'm
it?
casting...
Like, be
I'll
upset about this. Like, I know there are a couple of things that we could potentially be upset about in the previous game, couple of performances. But let's see this. Dragon Knight, Boots of Speed, Dragon Tail Stun, paired up with Darkseer. I mean, there's potential. Two Iron Shell charges with the Dragon Tail Stun, but DJ in a bit of a trouble, gets the healing off, will go back to safety.
I'm trying to rap, trying to make something happen. Unfortunately, not finding any success in doing so. But they just go back and forth, and let's see how many bounty runes are split between the two teams, as we do have 30 seconds till the horn. Just waiting to see if they can maybe make something out of nothing. Because they have Raven ready to go, and Cuckoo might be in some trouble. Dragon Tail comes out, and, well, they're all here. And Cuckoo
Looks pretty dead.
looks pretty dead. I was going to say. Almost a split-second chance for him to survive, but DJ gets first blood.
We've seen what Enchantresses can do once they get that first blood, get a fast medallion, get that solar crest early on. So this time around, we're going to swap things around a bit. Timbersaw will be played on the mid lane against Moon, Bristleback, starting with the Magic Stick, of course. Like Bristleback, I don't remember seeing this matchup, but my Dota knowledge should say, you know, the Timbersaw has the upper hand in this one.
Okay.
I think it should be 2-0-2 build on Timbersaw, potentially get the Timber Chain on level 5, just to be able to close the gap. I like 2 points in Whirling Death in this matchup. Just more damage, or playing at the Strength Hero.
Are you worried at all about 23 come the mid part of this game? Because I assume Raven's going to Fusel.
Yeah, that's what he has queued up. This is something that the Chinese region started to develop, kind of. Going either a Morbid Mask or straight up the Fusel Blade. So it's going to be great against the Timbersaw, great against Medusa. We've seen in Chinese region Ursa winning 2 times against Medusa with this type of a build.
Yeah, that was on the same day, too. Here in Southeast Asia, I believe Medusa's like 6-1. Only has that one loss that we saw last week. So we'll see if the trend holds true and we see another Medusa loss, as teams are starting to finally figure out the hero somewhat.
They figured out that hero is OP. Yeah, correct.
But still beatable in some circumstances. Few, but some. Dragon Tail, 2 Ion Shells on a Zephyr. He's getting body blocks here, throws
If
a
they
double
get a
edge.
return kill, it's worth it. Medusa gets solo XP, she gets the gold. So, all good. It's just a
Zephyr
trade.
wisely playing it to give that solo experience and that solo gold. Double edging.
One thing that they changed is Whitemon is playing position 5 from the off lane, because they want to have a stun against Ursa. They do not want to have 2 melee heroes against him.
Timbersaw dealing with Moon in the moment. Like you said, 202 build, probably what we're going to see here. But both these heroes actually sitting really low. Wonder what rotations could come out. Lion could give you some lockdown, so could that Centaur. We'll see.
There's a Skelly controlling the rune from the Enchantress. That's not a random skeleton. in the river.
Vacuum back, double edge, hits onto 2. They're trying to output the damage onto the Darkseer. 23 gets the kill, and they'll take out Jabs. Both heroes dying top after diving the tier 1 tower. And that's, again, what we're seeing from Fnatic is just some of these misplays. And Carl, well, he didn't have the opportunity to get a water rune.
They wanted too much out of this one. Something that I was thinking about when there's Bristleback, when it's not a good lane for him, he can always create a lane for himself. Either pulling him to where he is right now, playing between the tier 2 and tier 3 tower, pulling him to the big camp on the left. So a lot of options.
Dire structures are fortified.
I'm trying to mess with this creep wave.
Dire's
doing his
middle
thing.
tower is under attack.
Soaring picked up for the Timber. He's gotten that 202 like you said. And now, yeah, basically, I guess just a free lane right now for Carl because Bristle's off to the side.
Carl also needs to do the same thing. He needs to pull the wave back to one side because Bristol is getting more farm then. And we'll be picking up that water rune. TP's back to the mid lane.
Cuckoo taking a bit of damage, but Raven, I think, off the mark with that Earth Shock. They're still going for Zephyr, and he'll pop a salve, trying to survive, but the Iron Shell stops it, and with Iron Shells on both Jabs as well as Xion, they'll get the kill onto Zephyr easily. This time it doesn't go wrong.
And because he's playing position 4 from the safe lane, you need to bring salves. You need to bring healing salves for your safe laner. You need to be able to provide him with the regen. And here he comes. Mango, 2 healing salves. So he might be playing position 5 in this one, actually. Bottom lane, Cuckoo. No armor, no ring of protection. But Doom got a buff in terms of armor. Before he had 0. And then I believe he got 3. Now he's sitting at 4. And you get 1 branch, you have 5.
Literally unkillable. I don't mind Whitemon taking farm priority on this Lion. I like.
They might share. I think the Centaur will still need to get some kind of farm.
Right.
But right now, Zephyr's just playing this sacrificial position 4.
Like, I wonder if the game plan is for both of them to get Blink Daggers and just have that pressure that comes from Lion, obviously, the instant hacks with the Earth Spike, Blink Hoof Stomp, you know, just the control that they want in the initiation that they can use. And honestly, they could just, you know, wait for Zephyr to have 6. He's got Stampede, and that could be his job for the early mid-game-ish part. But you know, I don't entirely hate the idea. It's going to be a little bit tough to execute. You probably want a little bit more here on this Centaur. See how it ends up evolving as the game goes on.
Medusa 29 CS, Ursa 26, pretty even, I would say. I don't see any stacks being made at the moment because they're fighting all the time. Yeah.
Yeah, Hoofstomp comes out, and now they've got a +1 in Whitemon. Mystic Snake, but 23 in a little bit of trouble. The Earth Spike comes out, the Iron Shell burning him down. Jabs, he'll help get that kill into Zephyr. Now looking over at the Medusa, and well, Whitemon will clean up 1, and he'll get solo experience as well.
Meanwhile, on the bottom lane,
leaves Cuckoo by himself.
Because you force a rotation, and that opens up potentially a kill on the bottom, which they get. Carl will need to be more active. He TP'd mid. This time, you know, he TP'd from pretty much a River Rune to tier 1 tower. Not sure what that was about. And you don't have a TP, so you can't react. I think a lot of the players actually forget that they don't have 3 charges anymore. And his career is also dead.
How do I get over there with my courier dead and no TP? 2K lead already for Fnatic. This is a much better start from them. But it always, in the back of your mind, Medusa draft. You think about once he gets 1 or 2 items, if he doesn't get shut down properly, Medusa can just start to hone in and turn this game around, especially with the tankiness that's going to come from T1. Like in frontline here.
Oh, they're invading stacks. There are a couple. No ancient stacks yet. DJ's cutting things out, and they have an observer board, so they're kind of covered. They understand what Medusa wants to do. They have decent heroes to invade the stacks with. By decent, I mean one of the best ones. Bristleback is there. Iron Shell also very good against it. And they're making this position for Dragon Knight work. Couple of deaths on him,
Just
but
running into these
still
heroes.
getting levels.
Yeah. Using that Dragon Tail, running in, having that control, being tanky enough with the Ion Shell is more than enough, honestly. When you don't feel too scared to just run in, as you know, you've got 2 levels in the Dragon Blood, you've got 6 extra armor with that extra regen. You can pretty much be in the face of T1 with an Ion Shell at all times.
Yeah, for sure. And you have Bristleback running in with Ion Shell, Surge on him. Like that's gonna hurt.
So we'll see what they can do with this Medusa not going entirely well. Dragon Tail, Elder Dragon form. You've already got level 6 available on this DK. Supports of T1, they don't have as much experience, and well,
It's one of those games where
Structures are fortified.
you need to adapt. Like, how fast can you adapt to what's happening? There are a couple of lane swaps, heroes that were not supposed to be played at those roles. Now you're playing against them. They're invading your jungle, playing it fast, putting a lot of pressure on the map. So, like, how do you adapt to it?
Has fallen.
they kind of want to go for Carl. Pops that ult, but that's not going to do much. So Carl kind of baits the enrage, and Ursa couldn't catch up to him, had the help from the Dragon Knight, but it doesn't end up working out in their favor. Now the Doom is used onto the Darkseer, who will be slowed down. The chase is on with a Scorched Earth. Meanwhile, they lose Whitemon, but Cuckoo gets a kill there and slows down this Darkseer, who's second on the net worth at the moment. Medusa's, despite the aggression in the lane, 100 gold away from top of the net worth.
Yeah, he, like 23 Savage, he always finds the farm on the map. I think what his big strength is just understanding when he needs to go away from the lane, if the lane's not going correctly, and just maximizing the farm.
Radiant structures are fortified. Dire's middle tower
Bristleback,
has
good
fallen.
done. Centaur is invis, level 5 only. Oh, that's a 10-minute solar on your position 5.
Wow.
Radiant's
Yeah, no
bottom tower
boots, solar
is under
crests.
attack.
We've seen that a lot on these
Radiant's bottom
enchantresses.
tower has fallen.
They have a sentry down, but I don't believe they saw Zephyr. He's been
Dire's
just
middle tower
outside
is
the
under
range.
attack.
I want to see Roshan from Fnatic in next 2 minutes. There are a couple of wards around it, couple 1, 2, 3 actually around the Roche pit. But with Morbid Mask, with Solar Crest, they can do Roche. Let's see if they decide to go inside the pit right now. Yeah, he's going in.
So they'll bring the Enchantress over. I'm here to bring you the Solar Crest. Lower that armor, make this Roche easier. We'll see if they can get away with it. Jabs comes over and spots that Carl is rotated. They've got a lot of heroes to try and defend this. And Bristol's just kind of in the face as well. So he'll back up, go after Carl. Viscous Nasal Goo, but there's the
Good
Dragon
stun.
Tail. Earth Spike, wall down. Carl in trouble. He'll probably die here. Doom jumps in. The Mystic Snake did a good amount of damage. They get the kind of jabs. They'll use the Stampede to try and get on top of Moon and maybe even retreat from this fight already. They'll fall back towards 23. The Medusa that will try and save them, or help them out at least, as Whitemon should be able to throw a little bit of lockdown in just a second. Mystic Snake bouncing off 2.
Cuckoo has that purge. We've seen in the series the other day what it can do against the Darkseer. It's definitely one of the better ones. Like, you can use it to dispel Breathe Fire, dispel Solar Crest, dispel Goo, Overpower. There's so many things he can dispel, but can he dispel this?
Next,
Doom?
Doom used Cuckoo on a sliver of health, and he's going to be able to get the Doom out. They have the hoof stomp double edge,
no.
but Cuckoo dies.
Oh no, he didn't.
Oh.
He was playing it so greedy. Just gives him away XP, gives him away a bit of a gold. Meanwhile, while all that's happening, Fnatic takes the Roche.
That's unfortunate.
Definitely not needed. Like, they did not need to get that Infernal Blade. They did not need this. Even with the Infernal Blade, he was still fine. Could easily run away. Decides to, you know, just give away some free gold. So Ursa, Diffusal Blade, done. Like, Ursa's extremely farmed. It's not a full Diffusal. Maybe I'm lying. Don't trust me. Like, cost kicking in. Because he has nothing in Quick Buy. That's why I was wondering.
he is going the casual
two blades,
Blades of
and
Alacrity,
he's gonna
1 for each
decide what he
hand.
wants to do with it.
Going the new item Yasha Yasha instead of Sanji Yasha. Halberd being built for the Doom. Medusa looking to finish off this S and Y. Then going to the Ags. So pretty standard build from the Medusa overall, and they're only a 2K lead here from Fnatic. And like I said, they might need to put the pressure on
Where are
if
you
they want to
going?
continue to shut down the Medusa, but I don't know if they're even doing anything.
Vacuum
doesn't land.
misses.
Cuckoo with 1,000 gold saved up. Take a look over at Carl. He's going into the Crimson Guard. And we've already spoken about Medusa.
Crimson great against Ursa, definitely great against the illusions from Darkseer's wall. But I want to see something scaling. I want to see this hero being able to scale because you have Doom as an offlaner. Not sure if this is position 4 or 5 Centaur at this point. And well, at least you have like the super late game carry Medusa. We've seen matchups in other regions. Ursa does really well against Medusa, surprisingly well. But if you get that Scotty against Bristleback, against Ursa, Dragon Knight, it's gonna be pretty much the best item you can get. So SNY done, going into Aghanims next, which is no surprise, pretty much a standard build.
Yeah, the problem right now is they're getting their towers pressured pretty heavily. They're going after the tier 2 bottom. They'll look over at Carl. The damage on a Raven, not going to be enough at the moment as he pops the Enrage. They'll go to the backlines. They've got the Hex on a Jabs, but Raven comes in and look at the kill on a Whitemon. They'll at least take one with the wall down. They move forward and maybe focusing this
Medusa
Brazil
out of
a little
mana.
bit too much. 23
26.
already out of mana, and now we'll get it all back. They've got the Aegis out of the hands of Fnatic. They'll also take out DJ Zephyr, drop Stone Gaze. Well, now it's going to be on cooldown, so can they still fight without it? They look over at Raven, the right click damage, and Raven gets the kill on a Cuckoo. Carl still trying to man fight
Raven, they need one more hit.
They got him. Carl gets the kill. It's Carl and 23 up against the 3 left of Fnatic. Moon still trying to frontline, go after 23, but starts to turn his back. Timber Chain across, Chakram right there, Whirling Death, Chun dies as they take out the Darkseer, and it's a triple kill for Carl. With, I would say, almost the support of 23.
For T1, like Medusa sitting, like they just took a fight near the tier 2 tower. You get extra regen, you get extra armor from it. Medusa, like her stick is always going to be full. In the fights I was a bit worried. I clicked on her, 20 magic wand charges, and now getting close. Like I don't think you can end the game with this lineup fast enough, and Medusa will just take over. I'm not sure. They have good ways of protecting her. They have a good front line. Finger.
Moon getting his mana drain. Body block still draining away. Whitemon enjoying some mana, and Carl enjoying a kill. They've got the wall down. And Earthspike landing. There's the Infernal Blade. Jabs is in trouble. He'll throw out a stun, but I don't know if this keeps him alive. He's in the Chakram, and another right click from Cuckoo to get the kill there. And Fnatic, all of a sudden, they've just given away like 6 kills.
Not sure what the plan there was. Like Medusa uses ulti, you need the go back, also fighting near tier 2 tower. I don't think that was ever a good idea, but you can correct me if I'm wrong.
No. I won't correct you. You're right. And now it just gets harder because 23 has that very balanced 35% plus on Mystic Snake mana gain.
Yeah, nothing wrong here, completely balanced. Also, he decided to go for evasion talent against Ursa, which I really like. Even Bristleback deals some right clicks, but it's mostly about that Ursa. And now, only 1,500 gold away from Aghanim Scepter.
And what we're seeing from a lot of these Fnatic fights is they're really close together. And a Mystic Snake that turns you to stone, that for a majority of that last fight hit 2 heroes plus every time Medusa threw out Mystic Snake, it's going to be problematic.
Definitely. I'm a bit worried for the supports because both Centaur and Lion are not getting anything. They are just having Tranquil Boots. 1,400 gold in bank for both of them.
Oh, look at the blink of the Dragon Tail. Good kill there for Raven. Now they'll try to take a tier 2 again. think this time was success.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
I say that, but 1 TP, is that enough to back them away? Also have the TP from Whitemon onto the tier 3, so he'll be there a little bit quicker. And that does send him off. Just that 1 TP alone.
It's not just 1 TP Timbersaw at the moment, considering how tanky he is. Kind of counts as 2 heroes.
Dire are scanning.
Crimson Guard done, Hood done, going for the plate mail next. I want to see Shivas. I don't think Lotus Orb is that great. It's a good item here, but I would love to see Shivas just for extra slow with the Medusa, reducing the healing from Bristleback, Dragonite, the attack speed. If he can farm that in the next 5 minutes, 4 or 5 minutes, that's going to be a big upgrade for them. Medusa just needs 200 gold, and they will gladly take a fight.
Elder Dragon form running out.
Whitemon was thinking, do I get a Blink Dagger? Had 1500 gold saved up. Instead, he decides to get a Force Staff, which I like a bit more. It's not so selfish. You have a good way of initiating. You can close the gap with the Stampede. The fights are going to be chaotic with these 3 beefy boys in front. Also, Heaven's Halberd done on Doom. Still keeping that Purge creep. I think this is like one of the best actually, creep that you can get at the moment.
Hex comes out, they've got the wall down, that's right under 23. They'll also use that vacuum, but the Stone Gaze comes in. The finger there to finish off DJ. They look over at Moon, who will turn to Stone. 23 now has this Axe to work with. Whitemon sitting in the right spot, trying to stay away from this team, but Jab's looking for him. That's a good job to get that kill. Takes away a lot of the control that T1 have in terms of the Earth Spike as well as the Hex. But they will lose the DK, and that ends up feeling a little bit less beneficial. Yeah, you got the kill on this Lion, you give up your life for it, your team doesn't do more with it.
Arsus is not going to feel comfortable playing into this Mystic Snake, into Timbersaw front line, and Heaven's Halberd. Like, this is the item. You get the Mischance, the Disarm, huge vacuum, but no real follow-up. They don't have something that we didn't talk about. They don't have a combo with Darkseer, which I'm not a big fan of, I gotta say. You gotta have something. Vacuum into anything. This time around, they have vacuum into Breathe Fire, pretty much. That's all they got.
Or shock action, maybe?
Doesn't sound good.
Nope. And with that, also, you know, Axe was delivered during that fight. He's going into Scotty. He's already got enough for the point booster. Things are really spiraling where 23, he's not getting shut down anymore. The lane was difficult, but other than that, he's A-okay. He's got a TP available, could come top if T1 do in fact decide to fight. Cleaning up some wards, taking away the vision.
And supports will have 2 items. Whitemon needs 20 gold to finish off the Force Staff. Can easily push people out of the trouble. And Centaur has a Blink Dagger to initiate with.
Surprised how farm TJ is right now. I mean, compared to the supports at T1, the supports of Fnatic are up there. And that's really, I would say, what's keeping this game net worth-wise pretty close. Earth Spike comes in. Moon level 15 now hexed. Nothing doing just yet. Does he really want to fight this? A little viscous nasal goo on to Carl?
I don't think Carl cares. At this point, you know,
stickier.
against the Bristleback, just giving him more Magic Wand charges at this point. And he's switching to Pipe. I don't like Pipe here. They don't have any magic damage whatsoever.
Immortality.
Wow, that was another
Quick.
like smart.
Yeah.
You got Moon focused, getting the attention focused on him, and while he does that, we'll take Rosh. And that gives them the Shard on Ursa, the Aegis as well. So now, of course, he's got that Earth Shock and Rage. Well played by Fnatic. And I guess the question continues to be, is that enough?
Wait, did Bristleback? Oh, he didn't. Never mind. I'm half blind to this series. I thought he ate the cheese, but he just ate the mango that he had with Shovel and sent it back.
Right.
So yeah, I would love to see Shiva's Guard instead of this Pipe. because they have no magical damage. Breathe Fire is pretty much the only magical damage they got, plus Surge Shock. Hype it up, B-Cup.
And they're going to go after this. The Earth Spike lands on it too. They've got the finger onto the Earth, but he pops that Enrage going after Cuckoo for a second. They use that Stampede to try and disengage a little bit. They already got the kill on the Darkseer. They look over at Moon, who's now focusing Cuckoo once again. Timber Chain from Carl as well as the Whirling Death have got themselves the Helvet Talburn. And the Mystic Snake that's turning Moon to stone. Earth Spike from the high ground of Whitemon as he'll eat the cheese. Back to full health, has that mana to work with. Now going after the Lion, who regrets his decision maybe to come down to the low ground because he's getting chased by a
There's
Bristle.
still Stone Gaze available.
They want to continue to dive in deep. They'll focus their attention onto 23, who will finally get that Stone Gaze off. Earth Spike on a Moon. They get the kill on a DJ. Carl doing what he can, and Raven walks into this Timber. Mystic Snake out again. He has the Enrage thanks to the Earth Shock, but he'll lose that first life, and he may be dealing with losing that second. He's got Enrage, but is it going to be off cooldown in time? Earth Shock again. That's 1.5 seconds, so it's up in a second. But the Mystic Snake hits on a Moon as well as jabs. That'll turn them both to stone. They'll get the kill on the Dragon Knight.
Nice force that, but
clips himself.
Get him.
Where's the Arteezy spray? They still get Moon, so you focus your attention on a Whitemon, you lose your life. That doesn't seem exactly worth it.
They bought back on Cuckoo, but at this point, Doom is not really caring too much about it. Most importantly, they want a team fight. Focusing Darkseer before he could get the wall off is a pretty big thing. They even have good ways of dealing with the illusions. Medusa split shot, the Snake, Lion can easily kill them off with Hex, and Mana Drain. I don't think you want to use Hex on the illusion straight away, but maybe if the fight prolongs. Centaur also going into Force Staff, which I really like. Just the kiting potential is going to be great.
So Bristle going into the Axe. He's got the Shard. Has Hairball available.
Free Shard from Roshan going into Axe. AoE. That's the combo, B-Cup. Vacuum into Goo.
Vacuum into Hairball.
Vagoom.
Vagoom.
Sounds good.
That sounds like a Harry Potter spell. From the Vagoom. And then you just turn to... All right, you know what? I can't...
No, I'm listening. I'm listening. I also need to rewatch the Harry Potter movies. I rewatched Lord of the Rings and Harry Potter every single year. Didn't do it last year, but we'll definitely do it this one. You know, for me, Harry Potter, it's all about that Christmas spirit. I don't know why. I start in December, get hyped up for Christmas.
Yeah, I watched all the Harry Potters this Christmas. But, you know, that sentence didn't start with, you know it would be cool.
Okay.
So, I'll have one of those a little bit later.
You need to give me one, you know what's not cool?
A Vagoom.
That's not cool.
So he's got to try and get to this Axe. It's going to be a little bit tough. Mystic Snake, all right. Well, try to take my outpost now. Do you like that 23 has gone... Oh,
He bought the Casual Talisman, which I really like. So the value that you get from it, 15% evasion talent, missed chance against Ursa is going to be great because every single time he hits you, he burns mana, he gets another stack. So a lot of value from the missed chance in this one.
Just farming away with Zephyr over to his side, has the Scotty finished off, so things get much more difficult for Fnatic again. Going Basher on Raven. BKB for jabs, who's got that blink already. Enchantress has the pipe. So pretty farmed Enchantress compared to the supports of T1.
A big difference. Dragon Knight going into BKB, so you're gonna have kind of a position 3 from your position 4.
So both teams pretty conservative for the moment, farming. I say conservative. Carl's just frontlining, messing with them, or at least trying to. He's got that Lotus Orb. Those Viscous Nasal Dew stacks are starting to stack up on you, Moon. You don't want to throw them over and then just, you know, spit in your own face.
I would still love to see Shiva's Guard on this Timber. Maybe Doom will get one. No, he's getting a BKB.
We'll see if they get one later down the line. Awakening Charm for Moon. Happily take that.
just lowering the cooldown on Hairball,
Dire's top
on
tower is under
all
attack.
of his other abilities.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
Like,
attack.
because you have so many new abilities added once you get the Shard, once you get the Ags. Why are we not seeing Keeper of the Light? Just reducing the cooldown on those abilities as well?
Hex coming through onto Moon. They're not taking anything else on the side of Fnatic this time, so he's not much of a decoy. They've got the Doom, they'll use the Stampede, there's the Finger.
A bit of
as
an
well as the
early
Infernal
Finger,
Blade.
still gonna get the damage, that's what matters.
And it was to his back as well. So, a good little kill there, slowing down the Axe. 2,000 gold away from Moon, who's just trying to be a nuisance, which he's succeeding in. But now, do you fight without him?
I don't think they can. Like, once Medusa gets Butterfly plus 1 damage item, I don't know how you kill her. She's gonna be able to shred through Enchantress. Like, Enchantress brings a lot of damage in the team fights and a lot of utility with the Pike, with the Solar Crest heal, so she wants to be able to get in and out of the fights. If you can take her out first, that'd be great. If you can take out the Darkseer, also gonna be good.
What does Shun have right now? He's going Blink Dagger, Greaves, Hood, Blink. Okay. He's definitely not feeling as farmed as I thought he would be, but a lot of the farm is being taken up by Ursa as well as the Bristle. And
This time
the
around, a
Shots
different
farm.
build on Darkseer. No Aghanim Scepter.
Yeah, do you agree with no axe?
If you're fighting all the time, I like this mech. Maybe a mech Ags is a better choice. Like, you scale so well with Ags. Like, you get to that level 20, Ags, Iron Shell, multiple Iron Shells in a team fight. Carl has very limited mana in this fight.
Yeah, now the wall is down onto 2 of them. Moon coming in over again. Guardian Greaves get popped. They'll go after this Timber. Not a lot of mana to work with, but the Stone Gaze comes out. They're going to be killing a Jab. They'll look over at this Ursa, turning to a Stone, Moon, and Raven. They need to be careful. If you don't want to become statues in this fight,
No, Vacuum
you
does not
really
hit.
need to be a little bit more cautious about the Mystic Snakes coming out. It might look good in a museum after you take too many of those Mystic Snakes, and, well, this could become a problem for Fnatic. They've already lost the DK, and they just don't do the damage to really force back T1.
Finally, T1 dewards the high ground. Vol, I'm just liking Darkseer more and more. The more I see what he brings to the team fights, especially with the wall, you can't pass. The slow is 70%. Level 3, so now it's 60 since it's level 2. Medusa getting closer to that Butterfly. Actually, it's gonna have it right now. Career just bought it.
So that'll come over. Gotta hope it doesn't get killed flying over.
Dire's courier
Okay.
has been killed.
You just had to say it,
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
didn't you?
You just gotta, you know,
You know what would not be cool?
losing your courier. And now you're Butterfly for
Radiant's
3
top
minutes.
tower
Yeah.
has
Let's see the Roche respawn, 39 seconds. It's a big damage item, like, it
Radiant's
can
top
make the
tower
difference
is
right
under
now.
attack.
23 Savage holding Titan Slivers for a bit of a more status resistance, has Paladin Sword in case he needs to heal. Already talked about it during the game 1. He's probably the best player, at least the player that uses most of the neutral items, always keeps multiple.
Radiant's
finding
courier
White Mon.
has been
And now
killed.
Moon's courier goes down. That's revenge. Moon got 23's courier, and then, well, Zephyr gets Moon's. One who loses a Butterfly, the other one loses an Ags. Vacuum into the wall. They're going to buy back on White Mon immediately. They'll try to go in with a Mystic Snake, but a lot of damage being done here on the Jabs. Medusa being untouched.
Dire's
They
bottom
just
tower
cannot
is under
take out 23. Even with this wall, it is a very big struggle for Fnatic, and into Roche they go.
You know what I would love to see in this game? A Lion hitting level 20 with Medusa on the team and just mana draining restored allies. Just pump that mana
He's only got
into Medusa. Like, eventually this could be the big thing. Because right now he has only 4 stacks, so that would be 80 damage, which is literally nothing.
restoring that mana. Ma, can we get IO? We have IO at home.
And we
it's
have
just a-
Fountain at home. It's called Lion, level 20.
Yeah.
And then you get a shard, you're magic immune while you're draining.
Yeah.
So Ags, Let's see who decides to pick that one up. I think Doom gets it because of the break mechanic.
Yep. Yep. So he does get that axe. It's going Solar Crest. Okay. Minus arm. That's the break on the Infernal Blade. He's happy with that. We'll see if he gets a shard eventually. .23 nearby. Just giving a little fist bump as they pass each other. Raven going into the MKB, trying to counter that butterfly that is still on a dead courier.
With 2 Force Staffs, they can kite. They have this Crimson Guard. Not too much value at this point, but Ursa needs an MKB. He needs to be ready for Medusa's butterfly. Just to pierce through that evasion. Medusa holding a cheese, holding a magic wand. Full butterfly down on the courier, just
has to respawn.
It has to respawn. 15 seconds. They're smoked. Moon
coming over, blink into the hoof stomp. They've got the Doom onto the Bristle. Moon, he's dead. They caught him. They've taken out the Moon.
He caught a couple of tips mid-air while being fingered.
That'll happen.
No buyback on him. He
Radiant's
bought.
middle tower is under attack.
I believe that's a full axe, and his courier is also dead. Unfortunately. I mean, the good thing is when your courier is dead that you're also dead. So you're kind of synchronizing with the item timings.
Yeah. It's an odd way to synchronize, but one that I guess works out.
Oh, we see it.
There's a
Fireball.
fireball.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
That X plus 2 red mana coming down on the fireball. We'll see if the fireball feels effective enough. Raven. Defuse onto Carl, thinking about moving in. This tier 3 in trouble. Mystic Snake comes out onto Raven, and it's only for a split second because he's got that Earth Shock to give him the enrage for a second and a half. Fireball down again, and 23. Wondering whether or not he's going to get attacked because Raven keeps fainting in and out.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Turn to Stone, Blink, Hoof Stomp,
Oh,
Force Stab
nice
into
force.
the team, and they'll get this kill on the Enchantress, but a good vacuum wall. However, it doesn't set up enough. They've already got the disarm out of the Ursa. Ursa will be back up in 5 seconds. He'll have that axe to play with. Fireball down again. They look over at Carl. They're starting to output a decent amount of damage. And Raven, he's popped that in range. So Bristle going in, but they've got the Hex. They
Now Medusa's full HP,
Here
full
comes
mana.
the Viscous Nasal Goo. But Moon is the axe enough. The goo is spreading like wildfire, but it's not enough to keep Moon alive. It's not enough damage to deter T1. And they will kill off this Bristle down for 74 seconds after just respawning.
And they're going for tier 4 towers. Medusa level 25. Split Shot uses modifiers. So Scotty, like what can you do about it? They do not have enough damage. Ursa will need to risk it, go in, no buyback on him. If they take out Ursa, this game just ends. The game might end even before taking out Ursa anyway.
And he's got to risk it for a chocolate biscuit instead. Well, he gets stunned. Hoof Stomp or Spike, they'll get the kill. No buyback available on Raven. And following that, they'll call the GG. T1 with the 2-0 over Fnatic. And it's, again, another simply executed game here for T1. Let Medusa farm and win game. Profit.
Pretty much, but they know how to play with Medusa. They were buying time. Timbersaw was very active. Both supports, like just trading the kills, even in the lane, giving XP, giving gold to Medusa. A bit of a different position for